channel. Today I'm going to do this nice sultry makeup look using the new Kendall Jenner lipstick in the shade Restless. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Oh, and this tutorial will be a collaboration with Lexi D, and we will be doing a video about our date nights and about our first date experiences. And this could possibly be a look that you could wear to a first date or just on a date with your boyfriend, whoever that it is that you're dating. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the video. So first I'm going to start by filling in my eyebrows using the Anastasia Dipbrow in the shade medium brown. I usually like to start by defining my eyebrows first because I just feel that it helps me to get a better picture of how my eyeshadow will look. So I'm going to complete one eyebrow and then do the other one off camera. It's pretty much what I do with this whole look. I do one eye and then complete the other one off camera. So I like to brush through, and after I brush through my eyebrows to make sure everything is even, I slightly define them by using my MAC Studio Fix and the shade NW45 with the flat definer brush. That one is from Sigma. And then I go into using my my MAC paint pot in the shade Laying Low just to apply it as a base all over my eyelid. And it's a little lighter, so it helps to make, you know, some of the color stand out a little bit more. And I've noticed that these little babies make my eyeshadow look nice and even, and it just, you know, keeps it on all day. Like, I don't have any problems with creasing, and I typically just apply a nice thin layer all over my eyes, and then I blend it out into the crease. So next I'm going to take my Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, and I'm going to take that shade right there and that one also, and I'm going to lightly dust off the extra shades, and then I'm going to apply that into my crease and just blend it out. I like to apply a small amount first, and then I like to just, you know, windshield wiper motion that back and forth. If you see me looking away from time to time, it's because I just got a brand new puppy and he was on the bed. So now I'm going to take my MAC Uninterrupted, and I'm going to just add a little bit of that into the crease just to help blend out those two shades that we applied first. And next I'm going to take my Anastasia palette with that brown shade, and I'm going to further define my crease a little bit just to give a little bit more depth. My eyelids are like slightly hooded, so it takes, you know, some added in dimension to make it seem like they're kind of deep set. Wish I had deep set eyes. And then after that, I'm going to take that shade right there and then lightly tap off the excess, and then I'm going to apply that just all over my lid. And then I'm just going to pack that shade on and blend it up into the crease. And then I'm going to take this little, what is that, pink champagne color, and I'm going to apply that on top of it just to add a little sheen. You really can't see it that well over the camera. It doesn't really pick it up, but it's so pretty, and it's one of like my favorite things to do when I'm just applying shadows, when, you know, light shadows. And then I'm just going to make sure that that's all blended. Then I applied my Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop as my brow bone highlight. And then I'm going to just blend that out to make sure that there's no harsh lines. And then I'm going to take my gel liner from Inglot in the shade 77. And with an angle brush, I'm going to start to shape out my wing and fill it on in. And I usually like to start with the tail first, and then bring it to the, start from the outer and then bring it inside. And then I like to pull my eyelid, just taunt a little bit, just to make sure that there's no harsh lines, or, you know, how it gets kind of bumpy at the top. And then I take my liquid liner just to make sure that the tail of the wing is a little bit more pointy. So now I'm going to take my foundation and my Morphe M439 brush and apply my, I believe I use my Smashbox foundation. I usually like to apply that on because it's thin and it's not too full coverage, but it's like it's just right. It's so perfect. And since I'm oily, I didn't think I would like it for oily skin, but it's amazing for oily skin. I don't get oily tears at the end of the day, especially when I go to work. I'll get off, and that's like a good 8-hour shift. Then that's when it's, you know, a little bit like dewy, but it's not oily to where I look like an oil slick. It's just slightly more dewy, like a natural glow. And then I just apply that all over my forehead and just make sure that I blend it into my hairline. And I like to brush that down so that it's not, you know, so that everything is just basically even. Don't want to see the line of demarcation between foundation, skin, and hairline. That would just be horrible. So now I'm taking my MAC stick and just lightly contouring my cheekbones and my temples. And then I'm going to take my dual fiber brush from MAC. See, I looked away again. Puppy. Then I'm going to take my dual fiber brush from MAC and just blend that out. And that brush is so perfect because it's so small and it just fits very perfectly into the hollows of the cheekbones and it blends out the contour like flawlessly. It's like almost like an airbrush finish. So I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. And then I'm just going to do the other side. The face I make when I do my contour. It's not as bad as the one I make when I do my mascara. But anywho, just going to continue to buff that out. Make sure that there's no harsh lines. Sometimes at the bottom it can be a little bit too sharp. And I like a well blended contour. I don't like a super sharp contour. And then I'm going to apply my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Caramel under my eyes and in the center of my forehead just to give it a little bit more of a highlight. And the perfect thing about that foundation that I use, the Smashbox one, is because it's so light when I add the concealer. It's not like it's overly cakey or too much on my face. It's like, it's just perfect. I'll never feel like I have on too much foundation or makeup. And then I'm going to take my Morphe G2 brush since I didn't feel like wetting my beauty blender. And I'm going to blend out that highlight that I used. So next step is I'm going to make sure that that's all blended under my eyes. And then I'm going to apply my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder under my eyes, directly under my creases, so to make sure that my concealer does not crease, because I noticed that this concealer tends to crease on me a lot, but when I set it right after I do it, then it doesn't crease on me. So now I'm back loving it. And I'm just making sure that I completely set the rest of it just under my eyes a little bit. I'm not too much worried about my forehead that doesn't move or crease. I just want to make sure that everything is set. And then I'm going to make sure that everything is that, oh my gosh. I'm going to make sure that that contour and highlight is blended out. And I'm going to apply my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Deep Dark just to sort of bronze the face and add a slight bit of more definition. And then sometimes instead of using my skin finish, I can't even talk right now. I usually like to go in with like a contour powder on a big fluffy brush and blend that out. And next I'm going to apply my lashes. I don't even know what lashes these are. I got these from my friend and she got them from downtown LA. She said they were $1 and they've been one of my favorite lashes to go to just for like any look that I use when I have like eyeliner on, and they look even nice without eyeliner. They are seriously like my favorite pair of lashes. Try not to use them all the time because I don't know where she bought them from. And then now I'm going to take my ColourPop Cosmetics highlight in the shade Parasol. And yeah, I noticed that eyelash glue got on my eyelid. It was just so horrible, so depressing. I hate when stuff like that happens. But I'm going to take a dry beauty blender and make sure that I dab all that out. Well, to help blend out that cream highlight. But then I like to put it on my top of my, above my eyebrow bone. However, you couldn't really see it because I was all out of the camera. But don't mind me. Then I like to put it on my nose and in the center of my nose. And just the rest of it, I take it on my forehead. And I like to do my Cupid's bow. And I'm just going to add a little bit of my MAC blush. I will list the name down below for that one. But it is one of my favorites because it's like a peachy with a gold sheen to it. It's just perfect. And then on top of my highlight, I take my Morphe M501 brush and I just put a little bit more of Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop just to add a little bit more of a highlight. They both look so beautiful together, and together that cream highlight Parasol and the Jaclyn Hill one has been one of my favorites for a while now. And then I like to just take a little bit of a powder to just make sure everything is all blended together and set in stone and in place. Just because I like to typically make sure everything is well blended out. And then now I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs eye pencil and just smudge my lower lash line just a little bit. Just feel like it needed a little bit of something. Then I just blended it out with the pencil brush and a little bit more of that first brown, those first two brown shades that we used. Just to make sure. I wasn't going for a super smoky lower lash line. I just wanted to add a little bit of something just to kick up the lip. And then now I am going to take my MAC Cherry Lipliner and go in for the lips. Now, sometimes a bold lip is not what you want to wear on the first date. I would wear it on the first date just because I love lipstick and I love bold colors. But you will see how the look looks with this lipstick and then one that's a little bit more on the neutral side, which I do love my neutrals also. Then after I rub that together, here's the final look with that one. And now I'm going to start taking it off. I ran out of makeup wipes, so taking it off with a napkin was not the best thing to do at the time. It still left like a little stain on the lips. But as you will see, I thought it looked kind of cute with the whole like, you know, with the whole neutral color. It wasn't too much of a difference. And then I'm going to take my MAC lipstick in the shade Twig, which is one of my favorite neutral shades. That one and Cream in Your Coffee and Honey Love. And then I'm going to take my Anastasia lipstick in the shade Vintage and just apply that all over my lips just to add a little gloss. And after that, that is the final look. This, my friends, is the finished look, and here's with the neutral lip, and then the other one is with the red lip. So I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial, and if you really do, then please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be listing all of the products that I use in the description bar down below. So thank you, until next time, bye.